Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pain.
Glass Doctor is a proud supporter of Long Beach schools. Call Glass Doctor for all your home, auto, and business glass needs.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh yeah!
The 2025-2026 Coca-Cola Scholars Program is an achievement-based scholarship awarded to graduating high school seniors. Students are recognized for their capacity to lead, serve, and their commitment to make a significant impact on their schools and communities. Scholarships are valued at $20,000. For a list of eligibility requirements to apply, please visit the website on screen, or for more information, visit Ms. Tucker in the Career Center. The deadline to apply is September 30th, 2025.
Welcome to the Bearcat Coaching Show. Tony McGill here, and our special guest today, Coach Bob Reeves. I called him Coach. Coach all your life. Now he's the new athletic director for Long Beach Schools.
Yes, sir.
Tim Delaney had to take the boys are playing tennis. They're at the college level now, so he called and says, I'm going to head up I think they're at Perk, as a matter of fact, playing a big tournament.
Well, when it's a bye week, that's kind of when you have to fit your family stuff in when you're in that coaching life.
You have to catch up with family.
Absolutely.
It's not easy being on the road and doing all this every week. A lot of things going on at Long Beach right now, and I want to touch base. Coach Finley's not with us today. Just on the Purvis game from last week.
Sure.
Dropped a tough one. I think Kenny, what was the score? 23-21.
Yes.
And I was thinking about all the scores, and I really, honestly think you get a break in a couple games, and we're 3-1 and not 1-3.
We are, and this season, if nothing else, has shown just how thin that margin of error can be between being 2 games above 500 and 2 games below 500. You know, we come out the other night, and Purvis has a good opening drive. We actually fumbled the kickoff, but then we force a fumble. Well, then we go into a rain delay.
Right.
And so any spark or any momentum that we might have generated from that play kind of goes away, and then it just kind of turns into just kind of a slugfest. You know, they threw punches, we threw punches, and ultimately we come up short. But that's one of those ones that you can look at and you can say, you know, hey, these 4 or 5 plays, that's the difference.
One way or the other.
That's right.
One way or the other. Well, we had a 50-minute rain delay. Y'all, excuse me. Got a terrible cough. I have heart failure. I always worry about somebody think I have COVID or something, but I have heart failure, and it happens after I talk for a while. And like Kenny said, it don't happen until I put a microphone on. But 50-minute rain delay. Lightning popping everywhere.
Sure.
And it made the field sloppy, and it shouldn't have hurt either way because we both played just basically the same way.
Right.
But it was a slugfest, like you said. It
was.
It was nasty, and it was a slugfest. We got home. I got home at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So
I think it was just before midnight when I don't in this role I don't have near the equipment to pack up.
Right.
I just have to make sure my daughter, who's a cheerleader, gets all her stuff in the car and we can get back headed to the house.
Well, we got a lot of things going on right now. Let me just mention before we go to another subject, the Bearcats will be home against South Jones next Friday night. This is our bye week.
Correct. We're off tonight. We have South Jones next week, and that starts a run. We have 6 games remaining in the season, and 4 of those 6 games are home games.
Okay. All right. Good. And I looked at the schedule this morning, and I didn't even notice that, so that's good. A lot of good things going on with Long Beach football, and you know, I don't know if Coach Finley took me serious when I said it. We had the New Orleans Saints, that situation, that organization come in, and I told Coach Finley standing there, I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. We have the best football program in the state of Mississippi. And you say, how do you do that? You won 2 games in the last 2 years, 3 years, and we've won a game this year. Come and watch the football games and watch the atmosphere. This community loves Bearcat football, and I think I say this every week, every coach's show, and it's probably getting boring, but I really, in my heart, feel that. Went to the middle school game last night. Now, it was a home game. We're working on the lights, and we're going to get into that. We're getting new lights at the stadium, and we'll get into that. So our home game was at West Harrison last night. I wouldn't say the place is packed like it would be for a varsity game, but y'all, it was halfway. We had more fans than West Harrison did.
Right.
It's amazing.
And you're right. You know, this is the type of place that it's a small town. People think of Coast in Mississippi and they think of Gulfport, they think Biloxi, and they think kind of the big city. But Long Beach is a small community, and people want to come out and support their teams. And so if you come to a home junior high game, you'll see the home side will be basically full. And so that's encouraging, because those young people, those guys in the middle school, they're working, and it's good for them to see the support, because success tends to breed success.
Well, I enjoy it. I've done it for a few years, and I've taken a couple breaks here and there for health problems, and but I've always been there. Even when I couldn't get up to the press box to announce, I'd take my golf cart, and Forrest Williams, and he'd let me park on the track, and I didn't even have to leave the track. So I didn't miss anything.
Right.
But I would still do my middle school and my
Sure.
JV games. I could get up, and do them. I'd sit in the bleachers and announce those
Absolutely.
games, but I couldn't do that in the varsity
Absolutely.
game. So we had Scott Zink was big, and he's such a good announcer. I miss Scott.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of things going on. We mentioned the lights.
Right. So Miller Co. has come in, and they have actually hung all the lights. So all the old lights are down, all the new lights are up, and they began
Going from mercury vapor to LED.
to LED. And so
Can't even replace the mercury vapor.
correct.
Can't buy 'em.
They have completed installation at the softball field, and it is just like coming into this room and cutting the light switch on. There's no delay. You can turn them on, you can turn them off. And so they have started on the home side. They have completed installation and wiring at the pole on the north west side of the stadium, closest to the baseball field, and they are now working south. They're on the home side, closest to the weight room and getting closer to the ticket gate. And again, they'll work back around to the visiting side and have that done in time for our varsity game on Friday.
Friday night. That's good. They tell me, and of course, I've done Southern Miss games, I've done games at Perk, and I've done radio at South Alabama. And they tell me that's what we're going to be looking at. I can announce a game here during, say, a 5:30 junior high game, middle school game, and not have to have a spotter. I can see the numbers. But if the lights come on, I can't see the numbers on the sideline.
Right.
And they tell me that it'll be just like daytime. So I'm looking forward to it. Same with baseball.
Sure.
I can hear the crack of the bat and the ball getting hit, and you want to do a good home run call. It's back, way deep, and I can't see if it's out or not. I have to wait for the crowd. So they tell me I'll be able to see the baseball. That's
Absolutely.
what Coach LaRosa was telling me.
Yeah, it's a nice setup, and what's impressive to me, especially as somebody that really doesn't know much about the technical side of it, is at softball right now, that entire lighting system, when it's turned on, it's only drawing 26 amps.
Oh, wow.
And so you go into your bedroom at home, and that room itself is on a 20 amp fuse probably. So
right.
so the energy savings are going to be pretty tremendous.
Well, they tell
as well.
me I was at a school board meeting when they were presenting that, and they said that it'll pay for itself in 10 years.
Sure.
But you have to change it. Somebody
Right.
asked me the other day, how can we afford to change it? You have to change it. You can't replace the bulbs.
Right.
It's obsolete.
Right.
You have to change it. You have to go to these lights now.
Absolutely. Yep.
And, anyone from the power company or anyone that's involved will be able to tell you that. Shane Rutledge, when he was athletic director, went over that with me and explained all that to me.
Yeah.
So I'm a little familiar with it. Okay, other sports. What's going on? I know we got volleyballs.
Right. So volleyball wrapped up their region play last night, defeating Peking 3-0. And I believe that wraps up second place in the region. We do have two matches next week. They're both non-region play, so I believe that we will host a playoff volleyball match over our fall break. I believe it's on October 7th. Those details, some of the other teams still have region play to complete, and so we're waiting on that information.
Good deal. And I'm excited to say this, but we have wrestling coming to Long Beach High School.
We do.
Middle school also.
Correct. So wrestling is typically not thought of as a Mississippi sport. Most people in Mississippi probably when they think of wrestling, they think of Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair.
That's right.
They think of wrestling. But it's really taken hold, especially in South Mississippi. You hear about programs like Ocean Springs or Van Cleve that both have had successful starts. Coach Brierton and Coach Dorner, who both teach in our CTE building, they're going to be coaching the boys and girls because it's not just boys. There's girls wrestling as well, and it's open to grades 7 through 12. And all of our winter sports are coming up. That practice, the Mississippi High School Activities Association splits the year into 3 phases. You have fall sports, which is where we are right now. You have winter sports, which is what's coming up next. And those sports can start their after-school full practice on October 13th when we come back from fall break, which is kind of neat that we have kind of a break right there and come back winter sports. So not only wrestling, which is new, so that's going to be exciting. I know it's generated a lot of buzz among our students, but we also have basketball starting up. And we have, really one of the most consistent programs we have in terms of a state championship level competitor. We have a bowling program, coming up, and so all those
2 state championships in bowling.
Have won multiple state, so that's exciting. Not to mention we have soccer coming up. We've won multiple state championships in soccer. Coach DePhillips and Coach Wilburn both do a great job with those programs, and so it's really getting into the meat of the school year. We're going to have some busy nights here at Long Beach High School. A lot of games. That's right. We're going to have some basketball games at home and some soccer matches at home. Where we're trying to get people everywhere. So really, ultimately, we want our Bearcat fans to come out and support these young people that do a tremendous job, not only athletically right now, but also just when you look at the news that was just released yesterday. You look at the way that the school district performs in terms of the state. Our kids are doing a great job athletically and academically.
First in the state, Long Beach School District.
Look,
number 1 in the state.
I wasn't a math major, but it's hard to get better than number 1.
Yeah. We're doing a pretty good job. Dr. Talia Locke, my hat's off to her. She has stepped in and just done an amazing job.
She has, strong leadership from her seat, and she'll be the first to tell you the teachers and the students, here are top shelf and deserve the lion's share of the credit for sure. The teachers do a great job. We have great families, great kids that live in this community.
Excuse me, y'all. I am 70 years old in November. I said, I'm too old to be doing all this stuff. You coaches, leave me alone. Even Coach Fortenberry the other day, he says, you need to announce my track meets. I said, I don't know anything about track. He said, you went last year. I said, and I loved it. I was there with you and some others, and actually got a new jacket while I was there. So I got my Bearcat.
There you go.
For every sport.
There you go.
But I told Coach Fortenberry, I said, I'll bring my golf cart. And if you tell me what to say, I can announce it, but I don't know anything. So every sport, there's always something going on. Hunter Dawkins is doing the basketball, wants me to help with that, and I'm not. I'm 70 years old. So this will be it for me.
Sure.
So I've enjoyed it, and we're having a lot of fun. We have baseball coming up, and I'm really looking forward to baseball. You've got your hands full. You're nonstop. You have to be 24/7. The days of being able to detach are few. I have coaches that will call me after hours or over a weekend. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you when you're off, and there are very few times that I just am not reachable. But that's kind of the nature of this job. That's right. That's right. My wife knew that.
That's right. And any of my former players that have gone into coaching, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I've given them is, the spouse that you have, he or she needs to be on board with what you're going to do, because it's going to require that person, if you're fortunate enough to have children, that's going to require that person to be a single parent a lot of the year. And so, but she did, she jokingly said, I thought I was done with being a coach's wife. And I said, I guess we're never that far away. Here we go again. But it's been good. We have really good coaches here that do
her the first lady.
It does. So she's great. She's a fantastic support system, and so I'm very, very fortunate to have a good one like that.
That's good. I tell you what, I'm excited about Long Beach and the direction we're going to, the number 1 school district in the state of Mississippi. Again, this is not our first time.
Right.
Clicking on all points, sporting, academics. I've heard of a young man that got a full plays football, and I don't want to. He'll announce it when it's time. Full ride at Mississippi State, not to play football, academic, but one of our better football players.
Right.
And it is exciting on that end of it. So, again, go back to football real quick, and we'll wrap this up. South Jones Friday night. Can't wait to see the new lights. And I'm telling you right now, and I'll tell you before, and Kenny gets tired of me saying it, get there earlier. You're not going to get a seat.
Right.
We're going to walk into that game 1-3, and you'll have a capacity crowd.
Right. Like I said, this community wants to come out and they want to support these young people. And a couple of exciting things we have coming up. Like I said, I believe we have 4 home games over the last 6 games. So we're going to do some fun things to try to involve some of our future Bearcats. So October 3rd against South Jones, and the October 24th game, those are going to be rec league nights here at Lumpkin McGee Stadium.
Football night.
That's right.
So years and years.
So if you play in a local rec league, if you're a cheerleader for the local rec league, you can come in your jersey, come in your cheer uniform, and as long as you have a paying adult with you, then the child's going to get in free. Really, what we want to do is we want to create an atmosphere where the people that will come to this school know how we do things at this school. Also, October 17th, we will have, that'll be our Pink Out Night in support of breast cancer awareness. Actually, tomorrow.
Brandy Zink does her and her cheerleaders with that Pink Out and what they do and promote, a fantastic job. She's one of a kind, too. I love me some Brandy Zink.
She does a great job. And our high school cheerleaders tomorrow will actually have a cheer clinic. And they've had, I don't know how many people have registered, and I've got daughters that will be there. And so those girls will get, and they'll learn to cheer, they'll learn to dance, and on October 17th, kind of the same thing. They'll show up, those kids will have a list, they'll get in free. Mom, dad, all the relatives that want to come out and take videos and pictures, y'all come on, buy a ticket, show up and support these young people. You're going to see a great product we're improving, putting it on the field with Coach Finley and his staff.
Yes.
And really everything we're trying to do here in Long Beach, we're trying to do top notch.
Well, on behalf of Coach Finley, our head football coach, like I said, couldn't be here tonight. He needs a week off. He needs a bye week as much as these kids do.
Absolutely,
I'm glad to see it.
You got to recharge the batteries. It's been a long haul. Our JV team, we've been put in the JV region this year, and we've played at Van Cleve and at Pascagoula and at Poplarville. So not only are they coaching on Friday night, but those coaches are going on Monday nights or Tuesday nights.
Especially that head football coach. He wants to be involved, and he wants to see he wants to see what's building up to him and all that.
Right.
And if y'all want to see some good football, go and watch our JV, but also go watch that 8th grade team.
They're a fun bunch to watch.
Watched them last night, and it was a lot of fun.
They're a fun bunch to watch.
On behalf of the Bearcat Broadcast Network, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next Friday night.
That's right.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pain.
Glass Doctor is a proud supporter of Long Beach schools. Call Glass Doctor for all your home, auto, and business glass needs.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh yeah!
Welcome back, everyone. Tony McGee here with the Bearcat Broadcast Network. In one of my favorite segments, we added this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, our Bearcat Broadcast Network Player of the Week. This is not picked by any coach, administrator, or anything like that. It's Kenny Triplett's staff and all the broadcasters. So our Player of the Week this week, an unbelievable game against Purvis, dealing with cramps, dealing with pain, and still, I'll tell you what, he'll hit you and knock you 7 yards back in the backfield. He's fun to watch. Our Player of the Week is Junior Brown, number 22.
That's right.
Come on in here, Junior. Congratulations, my friend.
There you go, bud. Congratulations.
One of my favorite players. I've been here 39 years. It's one of my favorite players that I've had the privilege of interviewing and talking to and just love him to death. This is what the future of Long Beach is right here. Junior Brown. Thank you, Junior.
Do you know that as a Long Beach high school student, you are eligible for a membership at Keesler Federal Credit Union? Keesler Federal is more than a bank. It's a credit union and a not-for-profit financial cooperative. This means you share in the ownership. We work to help you prosper, not investors. Keesler Federal offers a wide variety of financial products and services, great rates and extra benefits, such as free checking and savings account, free online and mobile banking, and an annual savings contest. So come in with a parent and talk to one of our friendly team members about what Keesler Federal can do for you. When you join, you are a member for life. and we will be there for every step of your financial journey. Going the extra mile for our members since 1947, Keesler Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a customer, you are family.